Picture this. You share a clear point in a meeting, and it lands like air. 2 minutes later, someone repeats the same idea, and suddenly heads nod, pens move, the room wakes up. Or you text something important, they leave you on scene for hours, yet they respond instantly to someone else. In that moment, it is easy to assume you lack value. But often, it is not your ability. It is the signals you are sending that quietly tell people you are easy to overlook. Here is the core idea. Respect is rarely a pure judgment of talent. In everyday social life, people read value through behavioral signals. Then they react to the signal more than the truth. That is why a capable person can still be treated lightly if they consistently broadcast patterns that feel predictable, overly available, or too eager to smooth things over. The good news is, you do not need to reinvent your personality. Think of this as adjusting your social posture. A few small behaviors, done in the right moments, can change the way others categorize you. Once the signal changes, the treatment often changes fast. The first shift is to stop being too predictable. When you are always agreeable, always helpful, always the person who says sure and never pushes back, people's brains do something efficient. They place you in an invisible box, labeled safe, low consequence, easy to bypass. It is not cruelty, it is cognitive sorting. Respect often follows the feeling that someone has edges, preferences, and a stance that must be considered. So create a small, controlled surprise. In a meeting, speak once with clarity and ownership. I see a risk here, and if we do this, we need a safeguard. Practice refusing low-stakes requests. I cannot take that today. I can revisit next week. And even when you say yes, add structure. Yes, send the brief by 5 and I will handle it. Tiny changes force a re-evaluation. The next signal is how you treat your own time. If you reply instantly to every message, pick up every call, and rearrange your day to match other people's urgency, you are teaching them that your time is cheap and your priorities are flexible. You do not need to play games or act cold. Just move one beat slower. Respond when you are actually available, not when you feel pressure. Let your body mirror that pace too. Walk with steadiness. Pause before reacting. Speak without rushing to fill space. Then use language that reflects a real schedule. Let me check my calendar and I will get back to you this afternoon. That single sentence communicates that you have a life with structure, not a life waiting for permission. When people feel you have your own rhythm, they naturally adjust around it. Another major leak of respect is unnecessary apologizing. A well-placed apology is maturity. But apologizing for things that are not actually wrong quietly frames you as an obstacle, as someone who is always in the way. Over time, people start to treat your presence like a disruption instead of a contribution. The fix is simple language that keeps warmth without lowering your status. Instead of, "Sorry I'm late," try, "Thanks for waiting." You still acknowledge the inconvenience, but you do not label yourself as a problem. Instead of "Sorry to bother you," say, "Do you have a few minutes?" That respects their time without declaring you are a nuisance. And instead of, "Sorry, but I think," remove the self-erasing intro. "I think," or "My view is." Before you say sorry, ask one question. Did I actually cause harm? If not, choose neutral confidence. Silence is one of the most underrated status signals. Many people talk fast and talk long because they fear the empty space, and that fear reads as needing approval. Confident people do not rush to prove they belong. They control the tempo. Try a simple practice. When someone asks you a question, pause for 2 seconds before answering. That pause communicates thoughtfulness and steadiness, not hesitation. Then keep your answer clean instead of over-explaining. And if someone interrupts you, do not speed up to compete. Stop for a beat, hold eye contact, and say, "Let me finish this point." A slower rhythm makes you feel grounded, and grounded people get taken seriously because they do not chase the room. The strongest boundary is the willingness to leave disrespect. Psychologically, the person who needs the least is often treated the best because they are not negotiating for approval. If someone talks down to you and you respond by pleading, over-explaining, or arguing in circles, you unintentionally prove that they can keep pushing without losing you. Replace that pattern with a short sequence. First, name the line. I'm not comfortable with that tone. If it continues, end the exchange. I'm going to pause this. We can talk when it's respectful. In work settings, leaving can be ending a call, shifting to email, or rescheduling with clear conditions. You do not have to be aggressive. You have to be consistent. A boundary is not a speech. It is a behavior you repeat. Once people see you will exit disrespect, they adjust. So, if you want more respect, do not aim for a personality makeover. Aim for cleaner signals. Be less predictable. Treat your time like it matters. Stop apologizing for existing. Speak with tempo, and use silence as strength. Most importantly, be willing to step away when someone crosses the line. You can stay kind without staying available to disrespect. Here is your challenge. Pick one change and apply it in the next 24 hours. Then watch what happens. When your signals shift, people start treating you like you are not optional, often faster than you expect.